Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant Collective pays tribute to late Dr. Venkataram Krishnamurthy, former Chairman SAIL. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant presents scholarship worth Rs 22.87 lakhs to underprivileged students of peripheral villages. So far, RSP has given Rs 2.5 crores to the students under this scheme. And in our Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series, today's personality is Pandit Krupa Sindhu Mishra. And now the news in detail. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP Collective paid tribute to late Dr. Venkataram Krishnamurthy, former Chairman SAIL, who passed away on 26 June 2022. It is worth mentioning here that Dr. Krishnamurthy was the chairman of SAIL from 17th May 1985 to 15th May 1990. In an online meeting organized on 27 June, Mr. Atanu Bhaumik addressed all the senior officers, HODs and a cross-section of employees and said, Padma Vibhushan Dr. Venkataram Krishnamurthy was a stalwart in Indian industrial and economic scenario who had made significant contribution to the growth of India. His demise marks the end of an era. We, the Rourkela Steel Plant Collective, deeply mourn the sad demise of the doyen and pay homage to the iconic leader. The entire plant joined the prayer in honor of the great leader at the ringing of the siren at 12:30 p.m. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP presented scholarship worth Rs 22.87 lakhs to 200 students belonging to the underprivileged sections from the peripheral villages as well as resettlement colonies in and around Rourkela for the academic year 2019-20. Dr. Shubhankar Mahapatra, IAS, ADM Rourkela, was the chief guest at a program organized at the Institute of Peripheral Development of CSR Department on 27th June. Mr. A.K. Nayak, CGM, TA and CSR was also present on the dais. The dignitaries handed over the appreciation letter and dummy checks to the students. Notably, the scholarship money will be transferred to the account of the students. While interacting with students, the ADM encouraged all to aim high, dream big and work hard to have an accomplished life and a worthy citizen of the country so as to make a meaningful contribution to the society. Addressing the students, Mr. Nayak gave a brief about various CSR activities undertaken by RSP with emphasis on promotion of education. Earlier, Mr. Dushmant Pradhan, DGM CSR, welcomed the gathering and presented a brief on the scheme. Mr. A.N. Pati, Senior Manager CSR, proposed a formal vote of thanks, while Mr. Benedict Ekka, Senior Field Instructor CSR, coordinated the function. Notably, the students have been selected by the Office of the ADM Rourkela. As a part of this scholarship scheme that was launched in the year 2007-8, under this scheme, Rs 12,000 per year is given to students pursuing higher secondary as well as secondary education and Rs 10,800 per year month to students pursuing primary education. Since the inception of the scheme, RSP has given Rs 2.5 crores to the students of the periphery areas. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant is presenting a series of news on the eminent personalities of Odisha to mark the ongoing Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. In this series, today's personality is Pandit Krupa Sindhu Mishra. Pandit Krupa Sindhu Mishra was the famous historian of the nationalist phase, an organizer and headmaster of Satyabadi School, as well as an associate of Gopabandhu Das, Nilakantha Das, Acharya Harihara and Godavarish Mishra. The historian was born at Bira Harekrishnapur in Puri district in 1887, and today is his birth anniversary. Pandit Mishra represented a remarkable phase of historiography which, though nationalistic in tone and temper, was also responsible for changing colonial perception of Odisha history. He got his education from Ravenshaw Collegiate School and Ravenshaw College with philosophy as his honours. Then he passed MA in philosophy from Calcutta University in 1914. He joined Satyavadi School as an assistant teacher in 1919 to become the headmaster of the school later on. From his student phase, he had great appreciation for historical researches, and his first article, Prachya Bhukandara Abhyuthana, which appeared in Utkal Sahitya in 1909. It was at first presented in a session of the Central Young Men Association of Gopabandhu Das. While he was a student in Calcutta University, he had a large number of publications in Odia, which were on history and philosophy. His insightful and critical essay, named Kabita, was also read in a session of the Central Young Men's Association and was also published in popular Odia publication Mukura. His more interesting article on Barabati was also serialized in Mukura in 1914, which was a masterpiece of Odisha history and culture. Barabati was also published in the form of a book in 1917 and was highly appreciated by Fakir Mohan Senapati. His monumental works like Konarka and Utkala Itihasa constitute significant contributions to Indian historical studies in vernacular language. By 1917, Pandit Krupa Sindhu Mishra was associated with historical debates in Utkala Sahitya Samaj, where he presented many interesting historical essays like his study on the port of Chelitalo. He was also an important member of the Historical Investigation Society, Itihasa Anusandhana Samiti, of the Utkala Sahitya Samaj, Cuttack, which was active under the chairmanship of Jogesh Chandra Roy Vidyanidhi and was responsible for highlighting several historical sources and exploring archaeological sites. The legendary historian breathed his last on 12th February 1926. And that's all for now. Namaskar.